You're welcome to English class today. Our topic for discussion is expository writing. Exposition. Exposition is the type of essay you write when you want to inform, instruct, and/or explain a process. That is to say, in writing expository essay, the writer is required to identify the various stages of an operation or lines of procedure in the creation or production of something identified. So exposition conveys information by describing, explaining, and analyzing. It is the kind of writing you are called upon to do when you are asked to explain how things work or are made, or what concepts mean, why certain phenomena behave as they do, what you know or feel about special incidents or happenings. It is concerned with explanation and is therefore the most practical form of composition writing. Language. Here are some expressions which you may use to illustrate your points in expositions. For instance, for example, as follows: thus, there are many stages, processes involved in to make, or to mend, or to produce, or to place, or to remove. Then, all these you're free to use them. And the first stage, the second stage, or the third stage, and finally, once this is done, the dash dash dash. So all these are some of the expressions that you can use when writing an exposition or expository essay. Features. A good expository essay must contain examples, illustrations, explanations, adequate description by paying attention to details, sufficient information, arguments, and the rest of them. Remember, this is another type of essay. So all the steps that you will take in writing other essay are also involved here. You are to begin with the topic, that is the title of the essay, followed by the introduction, and then the body of the essay, and lastly the conclusion. So all these are involved in the feature of expository essay. Notes. There are things I want you to take note of, and I cannot type everything here. So I expect you to listen attentively. So exposition combines narration, description with explanation, illustration, and argument. So when you are writing an expository essay, take note of this. And for you to write a good expository essay, number one, when you are explaining a process, subdivide it into its related processes and discuss each in turn. 2. Make sure that you define terms that are peculiar to the process. 4. Number 3. Include all essential steps and use a suitable register. So you are meant to understand that the main aim of exposition is to inform, to instruct, to bring someone else to see one's point of view. So make sure you use the correct register or suitable register. Then number 5, exposition needs factual, clear language and an orderly presented point. So you make sure you present your points orderly. After the introductory paragraph, you subdivide your main ideas or main point into the other subsequent paragraph, and then you end it with the concluding paragraph. Then lastly, it demands clear and systematic thinking. So you have to think well before you write. You are not to start writing when you don't have what to write. So you have to think systematically before you put your idea on paper. And lastly, I want you to study the essay on page 182 carefully and take note of how the points are presented. Good day.